Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to another Overwatch video. In this series of videos I'm introducing all heroes of the game so that you will have an advantage when you get to play later this year. In this one however, I will be introducing Zenyatta, one of the support characters of Overwatch.
True self is without form.
A few weeks ago I introduced Mercy, a direct support who is very easy to understand. Zenyatta, however, is also great at healing, but I would classify him as an indirect support. But you'll figure out why that is in a second. All of Zenyatta's abilities have to do with orbs, other than his ultimate. On his mouse, Zenyatta got the Orb of Destruction. This is by far the best looking basic attack in the game. I mean, look at those animations, they're amazing to look at. And on top of that, they deal a little bit of damage as well, which is convenient. When you hold down the right mouse button, Zenyatta will throw a volley of orbs all at once to do some burst damage as well. That's the basic ability that Zenyatta got. However, his signature abilities would be the other two orbs. First off, we have the Orb of Harmony. This orb can be applied to an ally who will be receiving constant healing as long as they or Zenyatta are alive. There is no range on this ability, so once it's applied, they will be healing constantly. Zenyatta doesn't have to stay close or anything like that. This ability can only be active on one ally at a time. The third orb is the Orb of Discord. This can be applied on an enemy hero and will cause them to take bonus damage when they are being damaged. This one will also be staying on the target until either the enemy or Zenyatta dies. The only obvious healing ability that Zenyatta got is his ultimate. The ultimate is called Transcendence and puts Zenyatta in an invulnerable state for 7 seconds. He cannot use any of the abilities while he's in this state, but he's also immune to damage. There will be a massive circle around him, and every ally inside of that circle will get health back as well as armor, including Zenyatta himself. Alright, so now that we've covered the abilities, let's talk about gameplay. Zenyatta is one of those characters where team composition and positioning is crucial. Knowing who to use the Orb of Harmony on and who to target with the Orb of Discord is going to be absolutely key. One of the highest damage healers in the game, for example, is Reaper. However, Reaper only shines at close combat and oftentimes it's hard to close the distance. With Zenyatta's Orb of Harmony, however, it will be much easier for the allied Reaper to get in the middle of combat. On top of that, the healing continues when Raid Form is activated on Reaper specifically, so he and Zenyatta have incredible potential when played together. This also goes for friendly heroes such as Tracer, who will also greatly benefit from the Orb of Harmony. It very much so depends, however, on the map that you're playing on as well. Let's say you're in a very tight area and you have Reinhardt in front of you. Even though he got that massive shield and even though he's the tank and even though he got a lot of life by himself already, it may not be a bad idea to also give him that extra boost with the Orb of Harmony. The opposite is also true. Getting the Orb of Discord on the enemy Reaper or Tracer will almost completely disable them, as they will be taken out very easily. Because the orb will be on the target until they or Zenyatta dies, this can easily turn a game around, disabling one of the enemies. This gives Zenyatta the potential to be chosen as a counterpick to teams that contain a lot of squishy heroes that rely on close combat. Since there's no cooldown on either of the orbs, he can be switching around the targets constantly, making it very hard for the enemies to engage. On top of that, proper team communication can make Zenyatta's ultimate absolutely incredible. A push with the entire team while Transcendence is up can easily turn a game around. It gives such an insane amount of healing for 7 seconds that it's hard to imagine this not being used in teamfights in pretty much every single competitive game. However, communication is key for this. You need to set up to make sure that you get the maximum potential out of the ultimate. Besides the fact that I absolutely love the way this character looks and how his animations are incredible, I like the idea of being the hero in the team that nobody will really be talking about. I mean, Zenyatta can very much so be the hero that can hugely contribute to the end result of a game, but I don't think anyone will really be talking about him. You're not going to have that amazing moment as for example Winston can with his Primal Rage ability where you're going to be slapping around 6 enemies all at once. But at the same time you are hugely contributing to the end result and you can make the difference between a win and a loss. And that's the reason why I call him an indirect support. Zenyatta's story is a very relevant one for about 20 years from now, or at least that's what I think. He's a spiritual healer and wanderer. He's also a robot, however, and an Omnic monk. He wanders the world in search of spiritual enlightenment. During the Omnic crisis, a group of robots experienced this thing they call the spiritual awakening. They left their old lives behind and established a communal monastery. They meditated for years on the nature of life and came to the conclusion that they possessed the essence of a soul. After this realization, they sought to heal both humans and robots and tried to make both humans and robots live in harmony. Zenyatta, however, disagreed with this direction. He believes that these problems shouldn't be fixed with teaching, but through interpersonal connection and engagement. He now follows his own path. He left the monastery and wanders the world, helping those in need find inner peace, whether they are human, robot, or both. I mean, the idea of a robot developing feelings and a soul is an interesting concept that we will likely find out more in the upcoming decades, and something that we cannot really discuss in this YouTube video. However, I hope I gave you all the information that you wanted to know about Zenyatta, and if you have any more questions, feel free to post them down below the like button in the comment section of this video. If you want to see more Overwatch videos, also make sure you hit the subscribe button so you will get a notification when I upload another one. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day, do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.
Victory.